1 second, I'm going to use my chopsticks while you ask this. If you're the one who casts it, you can see everything through it. If we're within 5 feet of you, we can see everything through it. Yep. What? Isn't that the one that Ford had? Oh, got you. Never mind. Yep. Yep. I am fog. Isn't that why they do, Isn't that why you... Yep. Yep. Uh... Oh, fuck. I'm a terrible person. I need to retract my tweet. Just gonna super casually copy it and delete it. Nobody look at it. Jesus, what a mess. Boom, boom. Dink donk, dink donk. God. Or so you think. He's coming online. Yep. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, this is our life now. Robbers. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Arrow starts building a mold for himself. Yep. Dragon Silk. You'll never know. Like Santa. Checking it twice. Oh, we already know. Guys, I got new dice. They say they I know, I want some metal dice. These ones say Arrow's lucky dice, so we'll see. You'll never know. I want to talk about it. Well, I mean, it rolled an 11. I usually get 18, so technically it could be your dice. Oh, never mind. Rolled a 16. We don't see anybody in there, right? Like, nobody... Yeah. Frick. You don't like... Oh, that's not that bad. 16. Yeah. I'll... Yeah, jeez. You, our other caster is just on a constant bender. We just don't know this is actually part of his backstory. We're gonna need to have an intervention for him at some point. Yeah, so I'll light a torch and I'll just have it ready. Like if it's low light anyways, like I'm not gonna go in blind. So sounds good. I googled tricolor fronds and I put it in my OneNote. Don't at me, bro. It's most definitely wrong. Yeah, I agree. And they're overgrown though, right? So there's nothing like clearly, yeah. Let's go. Bovum Leroy Jenkins it. Are you choosing people? I just imagine that we're like walking through this, like going forward, the torchlight kind of like as it like swings around, like when you're saying that it like the saturation mashes it up to 11, like everything kind of just appears like super dull, and then it like as the torchlight goes over to like it's like shooting up as like a lot of color. Probably like we're tripping or like struggling to get through easily, like with jungle like elements in here mixed with like some of the pine. Does anything smell off while we're walking? Does it smell like a lot like death or like or something like sickly sweet? Or just that pine scent that you mentioned before? In my expertise. Yeah, let me look at my. Okay, I like this. I'm gonna do. Yeah, I was. I mean, medicine, yeah, it could be death, but I think it mostly. I would probably try and rely on like nature, because that could also fall under there. Like it. Just seeing if there's anything unique that like, even though there's this blend of 2 different or 3 different biomes, if something just seems off about it that we're walking into, and if we can kind of pinpoint that. 20. Dirty 20. Yeah. How how far away is it from us? Like right in front of us, like 20. If I want if I wanted to put the torch in its path so that the heat wave, like the moving object, had to go through it. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Got you. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna I'm gonna let the group. I'm gonna try and point out to the group. Just say that some. It really seems. This seems off. Like it seems like a moving shimmer, and kind of explain the mirage and try and point it out to them and see if they can clock it in their vision, or if it's just me and I'm going crazy. You have a boomerang, as I say to Gwen. Ooh. Yep. Well, I don't know what that is. I do not. It's Gwen. He's a caster too. You forgot him. He can make the little bobby thing on the end of the fishing hook jump. I mean, you could just climb a tree. I would assume. But if I move forward, I'm gonna walk forward 10 steps or like 10 feet, and I want to see if the thing moves back. If it does, I'm gonna say, doesn't look like it means us any harm, and then suggest that we move forward. Okay. Okay. What? Chuck the boomerang. I love it. Excellent. Is there like a trial that you had to go through to meet Chuck and then in fact have him tell you that his name was Chuck the Boomerang? You have a stone boomerang. What? I don't know what the equivalent of D&D is, but mod check on that. I'm prone to... Jesus. You're making me really nervous here with your weapon choices. I would prefer your great axe, or your whatever axe you have. Please don't throw stone boomerangs at things. If it has a name, I feel like you're really attached to it. We don't want to lose that. Yeah. Are you up front? Because if you are, I'd probably be like maybe a few steps behind you to give you light if you needed it. Okay. $23. I I have a quick question. As Kim's telling me this, because I rolled a 23. Do I get anything more than that? Yeah. Because I would notice like if she's telling me that. Okay. Oh, god damn it, Rob. Oh yeah, Akai, I noticed that too. That's super creepy. Also, I don't know if you know this, but I'm gonna point out. Looks like they dug themselves up. Cause yup. Yeah. Yeah, we weren't being stealthy, so you should have that information too. Argoloth.
Go. Doesn't take the body, it traps the body. There we go. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. Man traps. Yes. That's what they're called. The man trap plant. The man trap plants were giant. Like they could hold a body inside of them. Like they're large things, right? But this plant and the gravestone is more of like an obelisk or a monolith, like a very big singular pillar for the family. And on the base of the thing, near where the family's thing is, seems to be just a very large flower, a little bit about almost the size of Gwen, about the size of a dwarf or maybe a halfling. It's like a medium size. Well, I guess it's not really. It would be a large size flower is the best way of saying it. And on the flower, I'm gonna see if I can find the picture of this thing. It has 5 kind of sunburst style leaves or petals that go up, and the bottom doesn't seem to be resolved. It's almost as if they're kind of like there's no other fronds. It's just like a sunburst, almost like a head. Has like these little things there, and then at the base under it you can see the kind of pistils or stamen, I guess you could say. They kind of go down like 3 little waterfalls, and then they hook up for where the pollen can be harvested underneath. It's quite a beautiful flower, but it's just really big.
Hmm. Um, Gwen probably doesn't know much about this area, but he'd like to try and recall any lore or history on the name Argaloth, if he can
Okay.
remember any stories or.
Okay. Give me a history check.
8.
Doesn't ring any bells.
What does the flower smell like?
I was gonna ask that.
How do I want to do this? I think for this, I'm just gonna have everyone roll a wisdom saving throw.
No.
A saving throw. I
Is
suck at those. Rob, pick a
Would
die.
this be considered a poison?
Hmm.
22, natural 20.
I will tell you that this is going to be considered a charm.
Okay.
Wait, what is triggering this?
Pick a die, Rob.
I rolled a 6.
Can't see him. 6, okay.
Wider.
Wait,
Black.
Those are the old ones.
I failed.
What did you get, Akaya?
I got 14.
I'm not sure if I rolled the right one. I rolled the one that said WIS, but then you said
Wisdom saving throw.
So under saving throw is the one that says WIS.
That's
yes.
right.
Okay,
You did it.
10 then. I did.
Could have got a natural 20.
I got a natural 20.
Yep. And then Akaya got a 10. Bragan, what'd you get?
14.
Okay. And Bovum?
8.
Okay.
What did
Be flower buddies, Bovum.
Okay.
what did Gwyn roll?
6.
So,
Oh god.
I'll be honest.
the result.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. I'm using inspiration on Gwen's throw.
I don't think you can now that we know the. Oh,
I
you
haven't
don't
said the
know.
result yet, so you can
Oh.
use it.
How many inspirations total do we have?
I have none. And we can only hold one.
Make sure you mark off your inspiration, and then Gwen, you can use another D20 wisdom save.
Wait, Gwen,
Okay,
do you accept it?
I do have inspiration of my own, so I'd be willing to use my inspiration if you want to keep yours.
Does Arrow have inspiration?
I will just say this too: if a player at the table has inspiration, like in this case, Before Dawn and Matt both have inspiration, and even if Matt, you're saying you would be willing to use yours, that's fine with me. But if a player wants to give you it, you can tell them that you have it and you're choosing to fail, or you can say I will also take it, because like to receive somebody else's inspiration is kind of a big thing. It's because they're giving it to you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But,
okay.
yeah.
I
Well,
will accept
I'd
yours.
rather-
I don't want to
it gets
shortchange it, but I
used.
didn't
I'm
know that
okay.
you also had inspiration. So you
I
get the result.
forgot I did too.
Yeah. Okay.
Arrow, do you have inspiration?
I accept your inspiration.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't. But
Yeah,
I
so
have
if you
an
guys wanted to
opportunity.
rule it this way, you could like trade inspirations if you wanted to, right? Like Hikari, you could give yours to him, and then he could give his to Bovum.
Yeah, I'll pass mine on to Bowman as well. We'll have a merry old triangle of.
Oh, so we're gonna
Triangle of
both reroll.
inspiration.
Wait, don't you have
All right.
lucky?
Unless, yeah.
I
Unless
got
I
a
do,
14
but I wasn't gonna waste
that
a
time.
lucky on a throw that I don't think I can save anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
You're gonna
Go ahead
die.
and roll your wisdom save arrow, and then what did Gwen get?
I got a 14 on the new roll.
Okay.
11 on the new roll.
Okay.
I should have bought more arrows.
So, the result of the check is that all of you smell the sweet kind of smell of the flower. It's very. I wouldn't say it's the exact same as the other smell from before. It does smell a bit more sweet in the sense that it's like a. I guess it kind of. I'll just put it this way because I'm gonna go a little bit out on a limb here. It smells like home, whatever home means to you. It's just like nice and comfortable. It smells like a library, maybe for Bovum. It smells like a crackling fire in the winter areas where Gwen's may be from. And then whatever that means to you guys. So let me ask you, what does this smell like? Gwen, you want to start?
Yeah, definitely smells like a cook fire in the middle of a freezing winter, like cooking hairs, um, like some ale maybe.
Okay. Sorry, I got more information on this flower. Look, it kind of resembles an orchid. It's probably the best way of saying it. Like a sunburst orchid, I guess is probably the best way of saying it. All right, let's go to Hikari. What does it smell like to you? What's home smell like?
Um. Hmm. Let's see. It smells like. It smells like the ocean. It smells like the blood of fish. It creates some sort of synesthetic feeling in which the smell the smell reminds me of the tactile feeling of water pressure and how that feels different from air pressure from above the surface. So it's sort of like the smell reminds me of some sort of tactile comfort in a sense. And it's sort of
Kind of feel it in
synesthetic.
your skin rather than in your nose. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. Above them, what does home smell like?
Smells like a dusty old book in the back of a library.
Just cracked.
Just cracked. Very dusty. Also with a hint of apple pie.
Ooh.
Just wafting through the air.
Yeah.
Dad always made a good apple pie.
Dragon, what does mango smell?
The streets probably. Like it smells like a kind of a rundown street. Maybe like hints of blood. It's not a very to me it's not a very pleasant smell of home. Or what used to be home. Or and then it kind of changes.
So let me rephrase the question then. What is a comfortable home to you?
Oh, like a tavern. So kind of like stale beer, and the smell of cooked meats. We pivoted fast on that one. Yeah.
It's like mutton and ale.
Yeah.
And a crackling fire. Kind of maybe a little hint of sulfur. Yeah. And Akaya, to round us out, what's home smell like?
It smells like a little bit like the place where the tide pools, part of the ocean, meets like a forest. You can smell like a little bit of rotten seaweed mixed with a lot of grass, pine trees, and maybe a little lavender kind of burn.
And then
Generally,
that ocean breeze to kind of mix it all together, right? Yeah. Now, as you're all smelling this, it seems to almost overtake your vision as you all kind of close your eyes and kind of just experience the scent. But at the end of it, most of you kind of just relax and the scent kind of just passes.
Not both.
But Akaya starts to walk towards the flower and just really open her eyes and kind of wants to get a little bit more of the scent.
I don't think I'd get any closer than that. Careful.
Oh, okay, but it smells good. I can smell just like a hint of lavender. I kind of want to touch it.
I mean, I have some lavender over here if you want, instead of like going over to that thing that has.
Yeah.
Do you
Might
actually
be
have
dangerous.
lavender?
Is
What?
there
Do
any?
you actually have lavender?
You'll never know.
I
You
don't
guys will
know.
notice that as she gets closer to the flower,
That's pretty good.
it kind of slowly floats with the vine closer to her
Oh Jesus.
as she says, I want to touch it, almost as if she's greeting her.
Wait, the vine is floating?
The vine is kind of leaving its post and the flower kind of gets closer to her and opens a bit more, kind of so that the center area where the stamens and the pollen is, so that you can smell it more. So it's a very welcoming thing.
Is this the flower that was left behind on a grave, or?
Was it? Yeah.
Make
I
an
wanna
insight
know-
check.
$17?
No.
No, this is not near a grave.
Mm-mm. It's not been left here. It's attached to the vine. As it gets close, Kaya gets to finally get that smell that she's after.
What do I smell?
Can
I smell it. It's pretty strong.
Can I look over at Gwen and can we hold her back before she gets over there? Like to motion that
No.
we need to stop her.
Unfortunately, you cannot.
Damn it.
Can
She
I
gets
activate
closer
the
and
tech?
takes one more swift
What did,
sniff
what did
of
she
the
roll
flower.
to fail?
She rolled a 10.
Oh, okay. So I saved with an 11. Hug.
Yes, barely.
Oh gosh. I am.
Can I
The-
activate detect evil and good?
I could
It's too
roll.
late for that. The bulb of the flower opens, and the stamens that have kind of the pollen and stuff kind of have this very weird effect where the flower doesn't really move. It just gets very close and then kind of just does this thing where it just kind of goes like, and you see this kind of wave of psychic energy just go in a short little pulse around it. And I believe a 22 hits you on your
Oh,
armor
what?
That
class.
hits all of us, Rob. You know that.
So what do I do?
I already rolled to attack you with a surprise attack. So
I will
this is going to be 16 points of psychic damage
Holy
My
to
God.
Akaya.
I do have mage armor on, right?
Yes. If you said you activated at the beginning of the day, just make sure you've got a spell slot marked off.
I believe I did. Yes, I already
Now-
marked it off.
Akaya, does this drop you to 0
Well, I can't tell where I do this. I'm sorry.
on your hit points? This is
Wait,
going
I
to
mean,
take
I'm at
16 hit
41.
points away from your target.
I'm at 41. My total hit points?
Yeah, so you don't go from your hit points and whatever your max is, you go to the box and type 16 and hit damage.
TPK time. Exactly.
Jesus.
And because the plant acted first, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Dice don't fail me now.
19.
Ah,
Sorry.
9?
13!
7.
Oh, I missed it. Nope, it's not there either. Where's this go?
Okay, did anyone get over 20?
I don't know where our initiative is. I'm sorry.
Top right,
Off
by your armor class. Big shield in the center of your character sheet at the top.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna check and see if your hit points are all set up here.
Oh,
Okay.
got 8.
Well, she got it. Okay, so anyone above 20? Anyone above 15?
19.
Oh. I was about to say yikes.
Okay, anyone above 10?
Oh, fuck.
13!
Ooh, it's gonna be brutal for you guys.
Oh
Jesus.
gosh. I'm sorry, guys.
And anyone above 5?
7.
Just remember the time I said I
8.
appreciated you, Rob.
7 for.
Great
Okay, what did you
use of
roll?
initiative.
8.
Okay, you and Hikari will
Great.
essentially act at the same time. And
Wait, this is initiative, not damage.
this is Gwen, yeah. Okay. Okay, Mango, you're the first to act as Akaya gets this pulse of psychic energy. And let me just double check one thing.
Yep.
Akaya, you are charmed by this plant for 1 minute.
Oh gosh.
A creature charmed in this way will do nothing except move
That's
as
like, what,
close as it
6
can
rounds?
to the flower. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. So at the beginning of your next turn is just to spend the movement to get as close to it as you can, which you've already been there, so you're just going to stand there and then roll to save out of it, okay?
Okay, you'll have to tell me where that is, and I will definitely do it.
No problem. I think you just basically going to roll another wisdom save to break out of it on your turn, okay?
Okay.
We'll get to your turn in a bit. Right now, Mango, it's your chance to act.
Oh, well, I don't know if this is the smartest idea or not, but I'm gonna run up to it whilst, like, not smelling what Akari's smelling, and I'm gonna touch it, and I'm gonna roll for inflict wounds at first level.
You're
Roll
gonna get within
attack.
range of
Does a 27 hit?
Oh, yeah. Give me that
Nice.
damage.
Jesus. Actually, it was the natural 20, so is that
That's a
double the
crit.
dice?
You roll your dice twice.
Jesus Christ. All right, so I'm rolling 6d10.
Okay.
6, 10, 8 and a 3, and a 1 and a 7. I don't know all of those things.
Just give me the total.
Son of a-
35.
That was a 35? Excellent. 35.
Okay.
Thank you.
I do this during D&D every Saturday, so like I'm used
Alright.
to it.
35 damage. Describe what this looks like when you cast inflict wounds.
When I grab a hold of it, it's going to like swell up from my chest, and like an aura of like black energy is gonna just start to like seep off of like my chest and my back, and it's gonna start flowing through my arms. And as it like hits the plant, it looks like it goes in, and like if it had veins, like it looks like it's like snaking up to do it, and the vibrant petals on the flower just get veins of black in it. So it makes it
You'll
like
even
super
notice that the vibrancy of the plant not only diminishes a bit, but almost permanently so, as this plant seems to be not taking more damage from the necrotic energy, but seems to be blocking some form of nutrition as you sap the energy out of it. There seems to be more to this creature with necrotic energy that you have just found out.
Excellent.
Bova, you're up.
Alright. Well, we are going to kind of move a little towards it. And as my bonus action, I'm going to use my... Hold on, I love this. I love doing this. Tempestuous magic. To get 10 feet in the air before I do my second level chromatic orb of fire into it.
Roll to hit.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Nice. All right, so that'll be 4d8. I'm just gonna roll damage on D&D Beyond. Not bad. 19.
Nice.
All right.
Big damage.
Big damage.
And I'm kind of just like 10 feet in the air at this point. I'll fall back down, but
And what type of magic damage is this?
fire.
Okay, you also seem to burn away bits of the plant, again, affecting the nutritional value of what it can maybe seek to get. Maybe you're burning away its possibility of the vines extending into the ground a bit. And also, fire damage seems to take away a little bit of its abilities. Hold on. Next up, Hikari and Akaya. One of you can choose what you would like to do first. But I think that I'm going to let Hikari do the turn first just because you're charmed, Akaya, if that's okay.
Am I allowed to take the 50
Okay.
feet of rope to restrain Akaya away from the plant?
Give me an athletics check.
9?
No, she's batting you away as she's trying to get closer to the plant and stay there. Resisting you. That'll be your action.
Oh, wonderful. What can I do as bonus actions again?
Could be listed in your character sheet. Pick a bonus action. Pick your features and traits section just as backup.
Let's see. Can I? Can I take out 2 swords, or only 1?
You already took out the rope, so no, you cannot.
Okay. Spells, Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark can be okay.
You just gotta make sure.
Okay, I pass. I pass.
Okay. Next up on the list is Akaya. Roll me a wisdom saving throw to break out of the effect here.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. 13.
That is a pass. Kind of shake this off, and you're like, your brain feels like it was kind of like a high-pitched sound is kind of like ruptured in the inside of your eardrums, kind of just like, oh, just got rocked by that thing, and now it's starting to. You're actually coming to the realization that the plant is actually trying to kill you.
Okay. All right. Can I like
This is the end of your turn, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Good. You're good.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
All
Normally
good.
you would have to run closer to it, but you're already there. So
Yeah.
this is what we're doing. All right. And now it is Gwen's turn.
Yeah.
Turns out plants don't really have a very fast initiative. 6.
Can I visibly or audibly tell how much pain Akaya is in?
I'm going to say no. This is all in her head, so it's pretty hard, but her ears are bleeding.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
In that case, Gwen is probably not aware enough to try and heal her at this point. He's gonna chuck his boomerang.
Chuck the boomerang.
Chuck and chuck.
Not like this.
You go, Sokka. You go.
Boomerang, you do come back. 15 on the attack roll.
That's a hit. Roll damage. You have proficiency in special weapons, I think. Right? 'Cause you're a barbarian?
Do, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Dwarf barbarian with a boomerang.
Big damage coming up here.
Big D4s?
2 damage.
Yeah, nice.
Did you just get double ones?
It was 1d4.
It's 1d4. And it's plus dex. So. All right. Very good. Would you like to do anything else?
I would. I would like to position myself between Akaya and the plant, if I can.
I'm going to say that normally that's a great idea, except that she's spent 2 turns to get as close as physically possible to this thing, so I don't think that's going to really work. But you can get within melee range of the plant if you like.
Okay, I'll do
Maybe pick up your boomerang or something after it hits. Because
Are all of us in
fun
melee
fact
range?
about boomerangs: if you hit with them, they don't come back. They stop. It's like throwing a dagger into it; it ain't come back.
How
Unless you
far
have
am
a
I
turning
from it?
dagger.
Yeah, I need a dagger of recall.
What?
How far am I from it? Is Hikari from it?
Akaya,
just
or how far is Hikari from it?
Is Hikari also in melee range, or is she standing farther?
You're about 10 feet away because Akaya's interposed between you and the plant. Because you tried to wrap her up with your rope.
I
All right.
propose that since the plant is no longer an active danger, that we can withdraw from combat.
Maybe. But now it's my turn.
Jesus.
Bum, bum, bum.
I love
I
that
don't
I'm
like this
10
music.
feet in
This
the
is,
air.
this is dangerous.
I like this music.
He like
Kinda
starts it up
rocky.
and he's like, and now it's my turn. And he's like, da 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 da. He's crit all the rolls.
Mango, what's your armor class?
Who?
What's Mango's armor class?
Son of a bitch. 13.
Okay. So I rolled a 19 and a 9.
Don't do me like this.
The plant kind of immediately recoils from the damage, and then you can see that the vibrancy immediately flashes. The plant turns, rotates, snakes over towards Mango's damage, and then one pulse towards you. The first one is just like a surprise, and you kind of get out of the way, and then it hits you again, and you don't see the second one as the psychic energy pierces into your mind. See you later, Carrie.
That's what I'm gonna be saying to my character soon.
14 points of psychic
Who
damage
is
to
this?
Mango.
Jesus.
Man,
Alright, alright. Still standing.
I
with
just
the
see
one-
this happening in the while I'm floating in the air. This is nice.
And then behind the torchlight, you can see 3 dwarves walk, kind of sitting up from behind a couple of the headstones. And each of the dwarves have that same flower mounted on them like a, like they're wearing their kind of grave suits, I guess you could say, that they were buried in. And instead of having the flowers where the flowers are, it looks like the flower has kind of ruptured and died. And in its place, one of these yellow flowers is there.
Okay.
How
So it seems like
physically
the flowers
intact are
taking
they?
control of corpses.
Are these
They're-
Zapdos?
They're, you know what? If you want to find that information, you're gonna have to roll for it on your turn. For
Okay.
now, they're gonna attack you guys. All right, so Hikari's in the back with both of them, right?
I'm in the
I
air.
think I'm away from the flower.
You fall to the ground at the end of your turn, mate. That's how it works.
I fall at the end. I thought I just stayed fluttering down.
Doesn't say anything about staying. All right, so I'm gonna roll 3 attacks. I'll roll 2 at Hikari and 1 at Bovum.
Wait, what?
All right, Bovum, what is your armor class? Actually, that doesn't matter.
hold
That's a
on,
5. That does not hit you. Hikari, what's your armor
Oh.
class?
15?
Okay, so 13 misses, but a natural 20 will hit.
Jesus.
Oh god.
As these creatures
Oh,
kind
no.
of come, these suited up dwarves kind of just don't really make any sound. It's almost creepier than if they were to make anything. They kind of just rise up, and you just hear the soft, spongy footsteps. And then a reach as the hand that is not open or closed, but rather kind of in this weird rheumatoid arthritis, just kind of reaches up and comes down to slam.
This is
You will
behind
take
us?
11
or-
points of bludgeoning damage, Hikari.
Oh god.
What?
That's a lot.
And we're back to the top of the order.
I have a question.
Bingo.
Do you have a stat block for familiar, or where would I find that on D&D Beyond?
Extras. You can add the familiar.
Ooh.
I am the familiar.
But you don't have a familiar out right now, I don't believe.
Not yet, I don't. But I could have 3.
Are you doing flock?
I was thinking so, but I need to.
How long is the
See,
cast time for flock of familiars?
An hour in concentration.
No, is that the duration or is that the cast time?
There's a cast time to it. Wait, this might change.
There's a cast time to every spell.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just says 1 action, but yeah.
Casting time is fuck. It would take 10 turns to cast them. Damn it. Anyways, so that's not happening.
Smile.
You know what? Get that flowery attitude out of your rub.
Listen, I'm just pushing up daisies over here, okay?
That was good.
You know what? Yeah, that was really good. I'm gonna do a.
Good news is
Yeah,
Zakai has broken the mental link to this thing now, so she's not charmed anymore.
Hell yeah.
Did
I
the
broke
street
all my
dwarf
mental
sneak up
links.
behind us and we just did not notice him whatsoever?
Yeah.
And
I'm
we
with
notice
you.
him now, right?
So you guys were inspecting the area where there was holes in the ground. And behind that, there are headstones, and the bodies are literally laying out in the middle of nowhere as if they were dead, but they're covered by plants, and there's indistinguishable from the other plants because they're buried. And the plants laying down, waiting
And
for
they just emerged.
Yeah, they just stood up.
All right, so I have a question.
He's looking at the wrong thing.
I'm within melee, so I'd have to disengage with the plant. Because I had to be able to touch it to cast Inflict Wounds. It'll just change what's like how I approach this, basically, whether it's a spell or. If
What
I
do you
just-
mean? Do you have to disengage? You don't have to do
to not-
anything.
Well, to not trigger an opportunity of attack. Or attack
Yeah,
opportunity.
but you understand basic D&D mechanics. If it gets an opportunity attack, it's only going to take 1 per turn.
Yeah, totally.
it
I
gets-
just don't want it. I just don't want to take it on me. I'm a frail. I'm almost as bad as a sorcerer. You know what I mean? When it comes to that,
Yeah.
with my.
I mean,
So-
despite the way I'm flavoring this, this is just a touch attack. Like, you definitely get that this little psychic blast is very short range.
Yes. So I want to be in a direction away from those 3 dwarves and the flower. Misty step me like 20 feet back away
Okay.
from any present danger. And then as soon as I land, as I'm coming out, so it'll be like the Misty step will basically be like an electric portal just like closes on me and it'll reopen, and then I want to throw in an Eldritch Blast at the flower.
Okay. So you kind of just draw a little lightning like symbol in the air, and it kind of just grounds immediately next to you and then opens up. And you kind of just go into it, and then a strike of lightning happens from behind, and all of a sudden Mango's throwing shit as soon as it lands.
I love what
Okay,
you're
give me
picking
an
up and
attack
put
roll.
down. Perfect. 19? Yes.
What are you attacking?
Oh, Eldritch Blast. I'm at the flower.
The flower. Okay, cool. Yep,
Yeah,
give me the
I wanna
damage.
blow that thing away. What is that? It's a D10. Oh, plus 5. Excellent. 7, 12. 12 points.
Okay. Blast off a bit of the fronds. Very nice. Anything else? Action and a
No,
bonus action and some movement, I'm guessing, so should be all set.
Yeah, I'm good.
Mr. Librarian Bovum, what would you like to do with the Minotaur today?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have an idea. It's probably a dumb one, but I want to try it. Can I angle myself between the 2 dwarves that attacked us? Like one between the other.
Can you angle between them? Do you mean like step between them? As in like your body physicality?
Without leaving one's area.
I'm going to say you're going to leave one's area if you want to get within all 3 of them.
Just 2 of them.
Because basically, think of it like this. You've got the plant on the monolith, like here. all of you are lined up there, and then a couple of you are maybe like one here and then like two here until Mango just teleported way back here, and then there's just 3 zombies like right here. Like
So they're
in a
confirmed
row.
zombies?
They're not exactly organized, but they're like going to where the action is, so they're all tight together. So I don't think you can really position between them in the space of the game, but you can maybe maneuver around the group of 3, but you're going to invoke one of the attack.
I wanted to try to make them attack each other by holding my action and Misty stepping out. I thought it would have been cool.
Ooh, interesting. I mean, you can't really hold a bonus action, but it's a cool idea. Misty action is a bonus action, yeah.
Dang it. Can't you use that as an action, though?
Mm-mm. You have to use the mechanic.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just, since I can do it every turn, bonus action, up in the air.
Jesus.
All right.
Flower's still kicking.
Okay. What spell are you casting?
I'm asking, is the flower still kicking?
Oh, yeah. It's still fine.
It's still fine. Jesus.
I'm actually gonna cast Maximilian's Earthen Grass.
Okay.
On
what does that do?
One, you choose a 5-foot square unoccupied space on the ground that you can see within.
Okay.
That you can see within range. A medium hand made from compacted soil arises there and reaches for one creature you can see within 5 feet of it. The target must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, they take 2d6 bludgeoning.
Natural 1.
Oh, then the zombie fails.
Are you doing a zombie or are you doing the flower?
A zombie.
Okay.
As an action, you can cause 2d6 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And it is now
grappled.
Hold on, I'm reading. I think it's restrained. It's restrained.
Its movement speed is reduced to 0.
And oh wait, that's 2d6, right?
Yep. Sounds like it.
Cool. 7 damage.
Very nice. Okay.
And can I land on the hand?
I'm gonna say no because it's holding something.
Dang.
Like
That'd
it's
been
like
cool.
this. It's not like this or like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Land on top.
Sure. Make a dex save.
Oh my god.
You can land.
Not 20.
Sure. Yeah, you're on top of the zombie. And like straddling its head as it's kind of like looking around. Okay, next up. Scotty.
Let's see. Can I take a bonus action to move on a y-axis away from the dwarves and the flower? Is that possible?
Why would it? What bonus action do you have that does that?
Just movement? Or no, that's
Movement
just
is
movement.
just
Never mind. Okay. Is it possible for me to cast protection from evil and good onto
What does that spell do?
onto Bovum?
You can cast it on both of them. You want?
Oh, so
what does that spell do?
protects you against aberrations, celestials, etc., undead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just making sure like it makes sense to cast in this situation.
Yeah. So just mark that down somewhere that you've cast a spell and you're concentrating on it, I'm guessing. Or if it's not concentration, let me know.
Yeah, it is concentration, and it does use up 1 water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of the holy waters we set up for you.
Alright, so I use that, and then can I also move away from both the dwarves and the flower?
Yeah. If you want to move away from them, you can, but they're going to try to take a swing at you if you leave.
Is that like as a reaction? Or
Yeah, they're using their reaction to try to swing at you. It's basically to prevent you from being able to move wherever you want during a fight. That's the only reason that attacks of opportunity exist.
Okay.
So you can't run away from people for free.
So if I use that protection, can I take any sort of bonus action or movement as a defense or parrying type of
You
reaction?
can use an
then?
action to disengage, therefore not allowing any opportunity attacks. That's what the disengage action says. And then
Oh,
you
I
can also
see.
take the dodge action to give everyone disadvantage on their turns to attack you, and if you run away, they have disadvantage to hit you too.
But I can't do any of that if I activate the
You can use the
the
protection from evil and good, or protection from whatever it is that you cast on both of them. Then
Okay.
yes, you have already used your action and therefore cannot take those.
Let me see.
This is what happens when we have 2 weeks without combat chat.
The more you know.
Can I take a bonus action to draw any weapons?
Sure, you can draw a weapon.
Only one?
I'll
That's
let
a
you
free
draw
action.
both. That's fine.
Okay, so I draw both, and that will be my turn. That's the full turn.
And you're not going to move? Yeah?
No movement.
Okay. Hikari is finished. Akaya, you're up. Finally. Out of the sweet-smelling odors of home, you can fight back.
I believe. So, is it like an appropriate time to heal myself? Can I do that?
What does it say on the feature?
Oh, I don't know since I saw it, but let's look. Because that was just the one I picked. Where do I find is it features and traits?
You got it.
Okay, we're looking.
Only took you like 3 weeks to find these features. It's actually quite impressive. Like, I'm not lying. This is amazing.
I'm like,
You're learning this quick. Yeah.
The healer's kit to stabilize a dying creature. That creature also regains. Can I not? Creature regains 1 HP as an action. You can spend 1 use of healer's kit to tend your creature and restore 1d6 plus 4 HP to it plus additional equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice. The creature can. So can I not use it on myself?
As an action, you can spend 1 use to tend to a creature. It doesn't state that it has to be another creature. It just says a creature. So yeah, you can do yourself.
Can I make a wild suggestion?
Yeah.
You could also use your second wind.
Oh, where's that?
Bonus actions.
Okay. Is that an action?
You have something called phase step, your fighting spirit, and your second wind are your bonus actions. The fighting spirit is your thing for samurai that gives you temporary hit points and also gives you attack roll advantages for the whole turn. And then you also have phase step, which lets you teleport because you're an Eladrin. And then you also have second wind, which gives you a d10 plus 4 hit points when you just use your bonus action to kind of like heal. It's like a self heal that fighters have.
If you needed it like that much.
You want a second wind? Okay, roll d10 plus 10 plus 4.
You heard it, Chad. He said plus 10.
D100? No.
D1 Jesus.
8? It says
10.
D100. I don't see. Oh, there it is.
It's one up above that, yeah. You're close.
I'm good there. We got a 6.
Okay, so 6 plus 4 is 10, so you can go to your hit points and add 10 hit points back.
All right.
And then you have your action. Second wind's pretty good. Pretty good fighter feature.
Especially on a short rest.
Heal. All right, so then I go to the second wind, so I just mark that.
Yep, you just click the box and it marks it off.
Cool.
Kim's getting it. Yay! She plays D&D now. Awesome.
Yay! I'm a pro, you guys.
It's so sweet. Most of the game is just like rereading stuff, finding things that you can do. Like, oh, that's cool. Click the box, use it. Like, that's D&D. It's pretty easy.
Click the box, you guys.
Yeah.
We did it.
All right. So what would you like to do with your action?
Oh, my action.
Oh, I have that too.
I'm kind of mad at the plant. Can I take a
I would
swing at
be.
it here?
You want to stab it with your rapier? All right. Give me an attack roll.
The stabby stab.
Attack roll? on
Kim's
the
like,
rapier?
man,
Yeah,
screw
just
this
that,
plan.
that would be the hit / DC box. That's the hit, and then the damage box is on the right of that.
I got a 16.
That's a hit. Give me damage. Turns out that unmoving plants are pretty easy to hit, guys.
Oh my
You
god.
haven't figured out what their armor class is, but it's low.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
10.
It's lower than that.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna go with 4.
What was the damage, Kim, for Akaya?
13.
Very good. All right.
All right. Kill this thing.
She like pierces through and severs a bit of the vine. All right. Very good. That is your action and your bonus action. I'm doing this all pen and paper, by the way. This is fun. I haven't done pen and paper D&D in a while.
What an OG.
All right. We're down to Gwen.
All right, I'm gonna fly into my rage and smack this flower with my battle axe.
Okay.
Think of teabag.
Natural
Whatever is
20.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You get any special barbarian bullshit? You want to check that?
Huh?
What?
You might have some special barbarian bullshit with like extra crit dice or something like that. I don't know what level you get that.
I don't think I do on my particular
I think it's a
barbarian.
generic barbarian thing, but I think other barbarians get another one. And I know half orcs get their own thing.
Gotcha.
But you'll want to check that. Let me see.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pull open your shit.
Features and traits. I don't think I see anything related to crits.
All right, roll me your damage.
Okay.
And you get an extra. I think you get the thing automatically does the thing where you can roll 2.
All right. So 2d10. Do I add my modifiers
2d10
twice?
plus your rage damage and then plus your strength
Okay.
modifier. You don't add that twice. Just the dice double.
All right. So that's 15 plus 3 plus 2, so 20 damage.
Jesus.
How do you kill it?
All right. I would like to. I raise my battle axe, let out a barbarian war cry that is more fierce than you might expect from a penguin related barbarian. I bring
Comes
my
out like
battle axe.
epic, and then it's just like this.
I bring my axe down like in the center of the flower and split it in half, and it just kind of like peels apart and petals fall to the graveyard floor.
Drawing the axe down across the creature, the fronds splits. And as you're cutting into it, the rest of you all know this now that you've been damaging it. Whatever this thing is extremely tough hide. And as you're ripping through it, the spores kind of just, instead of floating throughout the area that you've seen, the spores slowly fade to the ground as the creature just kind of limply flops like split wood to the ground. And the vine, you guys watch as the necrotic and the fire energy start to ignite, and it just withers. That's how you
Take that flower.
Nice.
Are the zombies still engaging?
Hey Gwen, did you take the juicy sweatpants off that thing? It was a thick plant.
I don't know.
Oh, it is.
I just want to kill.
Wait, so in light of the flower being defeated, are the zombies still engaging?
It is their turn now.
Oh. Lovely.
I'm gonna check your spell.
Oh,
Protection
Other than grass?
and good. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Target also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed. And in fact, they are undead. However, I need to see Bovum's spell as well to see if they are restrained and grappled or just restrained. Can use this action to make a strength check against your spell save to get out. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. That's a fun spell. And restrained is speed 0. You guys have advantage to hit it, and it has disadvantage on dex saves.
Advantage on melee.
And the creature also has disadvantage to attack. All right, so the creature's just going to attack Bovum because it's the only thing you can see with disadvantage. What's your armor class with mage armor up?
14.
Believe it or not, it still hits you.
Does
With
disadvantage stack?
No. You can only get advantage or disadvantage. That's it. And then if you have advantage and disadvantage at the same time, it's just a straight roll.
So,
Well,
so I
screw this
just
thing.
wasted my.
No,
I mean, I
because
already
the grappled
had-
one. So the grappled one is attacking him, or rather, the one that is not, the one that is restrained is attacking him, and hit him for. Oh, that's max damage. Fuck.
Who got?
Bovum, watch out.
Oh my god.
That's 9 bludgeoning damage as this thing wiggles out a hand, and as it does, you kind of look down, and it just like busts you right in the gut. I'll say it's like, because it's max damage, like right in the nuts. It just. Oh, I should not have landed there. Oh.
We're gonna need to take him to the tavern.
And then the next one will attack the next closest one, which is Hikari with the swords out.
I took damage. Do I need to roll a con save?
Yes, you do. That was going to be a natural 20, but it was cocked, and now it's a 2. So that's a miss on Hikari. And then the last one will try to attack the Raging Barbarian for
What is the save that I
a 12.
Hey, Rob.
12 does not hit.
Okay. What's up? You need
What's
to beat
the
a
save
10
I need?
on your con save.
Okay. Nat 20.
You're fine. Back to the top of the order. Mango, what's up?
Oh, hi, girl. I'm gonna try and blow away the, whatever one's closest to me. Let's just do, you know what, I kind of like.
You got B and C, and then A is grappled.
I like, well, I don't get advantage on grapple though, right? Because it's not a melee.
Is that what restraint says?
I don't even know where to go for restraining. Okay.
This one is
The
mine.
top right of your character sheet, and then when you click it, you'll get all the conditions, and then you can
I'm
click
already
restrained
here.
and look at it. Attack rolls
This
against the
one-
creature have advantage.
I mean,
Period.
alright, I was gonna try and help Gwen out, but.
This
fine.
one's mine.
Not anymore. 17 plus that 24 to hit.
Did you roll twice
Well,
to see if you
It
crit?
could be in that 20.
and a 25. So I rolled one
So
higher.
it's not a no crit, but you do hit.
No, crit, yeah.
I'm mad at you.
Give me the damage.
I redirect the aim right at both of them. 9 plus 5, 14.
Okay.
Trying to take out one of its eyes, even though it's dead. Just like.
Oh yeah,
burst it.
100%. The eye explodes.
Excellent.
This is just a rotting body, and now that you guys can see it within melee range, the body is not doing anything. There seems to be the vines from the plant have interposed a host.
Oh god.
That's cool. That's my turn.
And
Oh.
Akaya, as you turn to face the zombies and see this eye explode, I'll say that what you see on your turn. Bovum, you're up.
This dude punched me in the nuts.
Oh yeah. Minotaur, get angry.
We look down, And we're just gonna literally first level chromatic orb fire.
Straight roll.
Right. Huh?
Straight roll. It's normally at advantage, but it's disadvantage because you're in the melee range.
Can I didn't know that, but I'll just roll normal.
But if you're doing the thing where you fly, you can just do the fly thing and back
That's
up.
what I was gonna do.
Okay, then yeah. Because you've been doing that, that's fine. Give me an advantage roll.
Where's my other die?
I thought I gave this guy like protection against zombies.
If they have disadvantage and still hit him. It doesn't make him
I
immune.
would think a 23 hits.
Yep. Give me damage.
Alright.
I mean, to be fair, you gave the person with like the lowest AC.
What was the damage arrow?
14.
I thought it would decrease
And
damage,
fire
not like improve
That
its
is exactly
miss.
what you needed. How do you kill it?
So what you will see Bovum do, he will jump in the air, look at what's his name? Mango, look from the bird, look down at the creature, and you'll just see a fire chromatic orb just and then he'll land right back on top of the hand.
Okay.
Oh my.
Now, since we're going to Hikari's turn, I'm going to do this thing for Akaya now because the creature is dead. But as you kind of see this, all actions happen very quickly. Mango hits the target, explodes the eye, the face kind of turns and looks to try to make a moaning sound, but there's no expression, no sound coming out, as if the creature can feel no pain. It just turns after its eye and head have been exploded in that area. Bovum floats up, and as the fireball kind of goes through, you can see that the viscera of the body has been mixed and seems to not really be there anymore, as if the viscera has turned to soil, and the inside is now filled with bark and vines, and the body and the skin and the bones are the only things left. And then as the fire explodes in brightness, this flash of light from the chromatic orb, the fist closes and you hear as the bones crack and break. And Bovum lands harmlessly on the top of the fist. Akaya, the thing that you notice is when the eye had ruptured, it looks as if there was some sort of seed in the mind that was the source of the roots.
I want the seed.
Oh,
Hikari, you're up.
No.
Alright, am I in melee range? So there's one remaining, right?
There's two.
There's two, right?
There's two remaining? Is Bovin still straddling one of them?
No.
I'm sitting on top of a fist.
Okay, let's see. And I'm in melee range of both, right?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
I have
Hmm.
a plan for my next move, Rob. I hope you let it happen.
They're still alive.
Alright, then in that case. Can I do a double sword attack on one of them?
Do you have the ability to attack with two light weapons?
I think it costs the double the bonus action, I believe.
Yeah, we'll use your bonus action, but if you've got two short swords, two daggers, or two scimitars, you can attack with a bonus action.
Okay then. So I attack one of them with one sword first.
Okay, you want to attack one?
Is that hit DC?
To hit DC, yes, that's right.
16.
That's a hit. Give me the damage.
And then rolling for damage is a 8.
Okay. Gonna just carve off a slice of this creature.
Can I aim
It's
for the
like
neck?
piercing through it. What's that?
Can I aim for the neck?
Sure. Your sword goes straight through. Comes out.
Alright.
No blood.
And then the second sword? As a bonus, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna put your short sword on the bonus actions if you're gonna dual wield them like this.
All right.
Customize
So,
dual wield. There. Now it should. Now if you refresh your character sheet, you should see it there.
okay. So I got 21 on the second hit.
Yep. Roll a d6.
For. All right. I mean for the accuracy.
Yeah. Roll a d6 for the damage because you don't get your modifier on the second swing.
6 again.
On the d6, or did you roll the other thing?
No, I got 6 on the d6.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Nice. Sweet. 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 Cool. Yep. That's action and bonus action.
Yes.
Finished.
Yes.
Kaya, you're up.
I just want. Maybe I shouldn't. I really want the seed. I want to take back samples of all this shit for somebody who can identify it.
We can do that after the danger is over.
Well, I could like. How many of these things are alive still?
One.
Like.
Wait, I killed one?
Sorry, two. Hikari has carved up one with a couple of pokes with her short swords, but there's still up, and then there's one other one that has not been harmed yet.
I still like. Are they attacking or just like sitting there? Oh, they're attacking.
They're openly hostile.
Well, I'd like to longbow the one that's kind of far away from me.
Neither of them are far away from you. They're right next to you.
Well, the one that's attacking, then, sure, we'll do that one.
Are you using your longbow or your rapier?
If they're close to me, I'll use my rapier.
Okay.
Can you please take the one that's already damaged?
Which one do you want to hit?
I'll do the one that's already damaged.
Okay.
I rolled the rapier. I got 13.
That's a hit. Give me damage.
11.
You guys are getting exact lethals so many times tonight. Insane. How do you kill it?
I like obliterate it into like a bunch of chunks. Chop, chop, chop.
I'm not sure how to do that with a rapier, but okay. I will say that you kind of take your rapier and just do like a fencer pose, and you go straight through the center of the heart on its chest where the flower is. And you go.
Yes, how did you know? Exactly what I did.
And then pull it right out, and then the flower just withers. And the body falls.
Perfect.
Anything else?
Can I hit the other one too?
Do you have the ability to attack twice?
How am I to find that out? Attacks per action 1. So 1. Hold on. I don't. Let me see about my bonus action.
Attacks per action is 1. Yep.
You can. Oh.
You took the attack action.
I
However, you have something called Action Surge. If you would really like to use it, you can use that now.
Okay, where is it?
Action Surge should be under Other.
Oh, only one time?
For a short rest, which means you have to take like a 1 hour break at some point during the day to get it back.
Alright, sure, let's do it.
All right, mark it off, and you can make another action this turn. You get 2 actions.
Okay, I'd like to rapier the one that's not attacking as well.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
8.
That is a miss.
Okay, rip.
Sorry. Just swing over the shoulder of the creature in your desperation. Maybe some of the viscera is still clinging to the sword as you're pulling it out, and try to take a second swing. And now it is Gwen's turn.
All right. So there's one left, right?
Correct.
I'll close the distance if necessary, and I'm pretty disturbed by these dwarf plant zombies, but the plants gotta die. So we are.
Are you going reckless before you roll, or are you no reckless?
No reckless. 17 plus.
That's it. You're fine.
Hit. For
Magic number is 9, in case you're wondering.
10 damage.
Okay. My turn. Going to take a swing at Let's take a swing at Akaya. Sure, why not? Wow.
F.
22.
F.
I'm rolling insanely high rolls. It's a 19 on the die. All right, you will take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing just goes kind of smacks into the side of you with this incredible force for the size of this sturdy plant monster thing.
Ow.
We're back to the top of the order. Mango.
Remember, I flipped you off.
You're muted, Mango.
You're muted.
Don't worry, I have other plans for you when you're sleeping later, so it's fine. I'm gonna.
Me too.
Yeah, excellent. Oh,
What?
Wait for
What?
who? Yeah, never mind. Not me this time, please. Just kidding. 16 plus 10 is 23 to hit.
Yep, give me damage.
Eldritch Blast.
Mhm.
8 plus.
Oh, no, you missed.
13.
My hand moves and blocks it.
God damn it. It was 19 damage?
It was 8 plus 5 is 13. And if Bovum puts his hand in the way, can I please take it off? Just
Cut
blow
his
it away.
hand off.
Oh, no, he's talking about the large hand on the ground that he's standing on.
Oh, I thought he said he put his actual
Maximilian's
hand
grasp thing. Yeah.
Well,
Both of them, you're up. Wrap this thing up.
Up in classic Bovum fashion. Tempestuous wins! And, you know, we'll end it with a first level chromatic orb.
Alrighty. Give me a normal attack roll.
Ah! That's a nat 17, so
Yeah, that's it. Fine.
I figured. 14 damage.
Yeah, that is enough. How do you kill it?
And it's obviously fire.
What is the total damage, sorry?
14.
Okay. How do you kill it?
Okay, so you can make me roll a dex save to see if I land this. I'm gonna do my tempestuous winds off the thing. Do a backflip, and then chromatic.
Yeah, you got to give me acrobatics. You're trying to do this shit.
If he fails, does that mean the attack
Please
failed
roll a one.
completely?
for comedic effect.
14.
Yeah, that's good enough. Kind of do a backflip. You got the winds helping you. The DC's not very high. Can land safely on the back, and as you impact and kill the creature, you see the flames wreath around the body of this thing, melting away and kind of just leaving the vine bones mess of what's left with the flower intact. And as the zombie kind of looks like it falls, you just see as some of the spores flying in the air that has floated to the ground just go, and the creature goes and stands its ground after death with its undead fortitude.
I don't have a bonus action. Dang it. Bowen's
Wait,
up in the
is
air.
he carrying any weapons?
After that, he's just like,
Fuck. Yeah.
come on!
I think that zombies are way creepier if they don't say anything. I don't know what you guys think, but this is my opinion. All right. Hikari,
Bowen's having fun with
Yes.
this.
the vine bone structure monster flower thing, man bear pig, stands next to you, still alive. What do you do?
Still alive?
Yeah?
Oh god, okay.
Almost as
Alright.
if it's cheated death not once, but twice.
Wait, I thought you said it was a killing blow.
It was. But I have undead fortitude. And I rolled high enough beyond the woven's damage, so I can
Wait,
stay
what is
alive.
undead fortitude?
You don't know.
Oh
That's
god.
at 1 health, right?
Again, you don't know. I'm just saying, for the sake of this. I'm not doing any bullshit here. I rolled for this.
Okay.
No meta pigeons.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna go for the killing shot here. Let me
Give me an
see.
attack.
I will attack. I'm trying to see how I can stack my damage. Probably it doesn't have that much remaining, so I'm gonna go for.
I mean, it's literally bones and vines at this point. It's very weak.
Okay, so let's go for a basic double sword attack.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
No modifier. Let's see. 23 on hit for first one.
Okay, roll your damage. Oh, thank fuck.
8.
Okay. Trying to resist the damage, you cleanly carve it in half with a singular stab through the flower, dropping it to the ground. And you are left with just the light mist and the fleeting smells, sweet smells of the plant of home as the plant has died. And you are left back in the creepy, uneasy, shallow graves
That's
of the
what
dwarves.
kills.
Undead Fortitude.
And
Wait,
that
or
is where we're
short.
gonna take a break because I have to pee like a racehorse. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
See you in a few.
Bo's a murder hobo, by the way, guys.
I should have used the tech even good. I need healing.
What's up, chat?
If I had used the detect even good earlier, would that have been sufficient to detect the dwarves early enough to avoid taking damage?
Right here. Yeah, probably. But it's only up for 10 minutes, so you would have had to have used it right as soon as you found the
Flower?
flower.
Yeah, and you said by that point it was too late to use it, I think.
Well, you were gonna cast Detect Evil and Good after she was already essentially attacked.
Oh.
Because when she fails to save, she moves as close as she can to it, and then the creature would have attacked. That was just narratively giving you guys a couple extra things. Why is my camera all fuzzy now?
Jiggity janked.
There. Now it's fixed. Cool. Now it's doing the... What the heck, man?
Have you tried
I
turning
think it
off
must
and then
be
on again?
when... I think it's just when someone turns their camera on. It does that. When there's a new camera, it comes on and off. It does it.
New camera, who dis?
All right. Another rocket.
Oh, frick. Before we start, I need to change my battery. Say all your rude things about me now.
Cool.
Alright, I can hear you guys again. Stop saying bad things.
Tell me what to do.
You know what, Rob?
Like, almost all of us are like 66% HP. Should we just run back to the Pokemon Center to heal? God, a day there. Just heal, come back.
This is like the Elite Four. I don't think we can go back. Either we wipe and there is no respawn, or... riches and fames! Maybe some fronds! Mostly
Full
fronds.
disclosure, I last minute decided to run the encounter like this rather than the other one I had planned for a couple of weeks.
What was the other one that you had planned? Or that's still a secret?
Question mark? Let's see how they do against a couple of undead dwarves before we throw a Displacer Beast at them.
I figured you guys, especially Arrow, needed something that had an AC below 10 that you guys could hit for a change.
You're too generous, Rob.
I think we're too under-leveled for the Elite Four. Load a past save state.
The kick is a lie.
I'm definitely looking forward to post-game talking. What do you guys think about this? But
okay.
Hey, all I'm saying is both of them do be kind of sick with it.
I don't understand.
I'm gonna queue up another battle with my
It's that
Shadow
blueberry.
Metagross that I'm trying to best buddy for Masters.
PoGo?
15, 15, 12.
Excellent.
I think I found out that it's like Shadow Metagross against D Knight is disgusting if it lands a single meteor mash. It hits like a truck.
Just don't let it hit Meteor Mash, man.
Yeah. Note to self, just play classic. I'll never see it in my life. Stay away from Premiere where Rob's lurking in the shadows.
Note to self, just run Zacian in open.
Did I tell you what Yusei said that was sounded evil? It's like everyone wants to run the new Haxor's Double Steel teams because it's been forever. He's like, Omega lol, I'm just gonna run Dragon Tail, Garchomp, and 2 Charmers forehead. And run it ABA. Charmer, Garchomp, Charmer is just like mentally exhausting.
Like, what league do you swap out of as a Charmer, really? I guess Melmetal.
Metagross.
But is that Premier only? Because like open, I don't
Metagross
see
and
Metagross.
Magnezone will rip your team apart if you stay in.
Excadrill.
Excadrill's the new kid on the
Yeah.
block. He'll be in there.
But
There's a
even
lot
he
of
can
Excadrill
still
counterplay
can
for
Excadrill really
Premier
take
Classic
charm?
now. A lot of counterplay. Sylveon's there too, so we got another Charmer on the block.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn, mine's 50 though. So that means I need to make another one as 40. Damn it. Goddamn Sylph, man.
Is everyone ready to play again?
Yes.
I'm here.
I was born ready, Rob. Come on, you know this.
I think we're all here.
Hey, little
Kim, are you
ones.
here? Is Kim check?
The Kim.
Kim check. We need to get that as an emote
check.
in your channel, Kim. Kim check?
Watch
Here.
out. Same thing.
It's just like the mod check emote from SpongeBob, but it's just a Wobbuffet. Kim check?
So, can you not hear me?
No, I can hear you. I'm just being silly.
Okay.
It would be funny if you had that on your channel. Like if
I'll
you go
do
AFK
that.
for something and then come back. Be awesome.
Sonnen.
All right.
Alright.
The light flashing of fireflies in the flickering torchlight about 25 feet behind you as Mango walks through the shadows, weaving through a couple of tombstones to approach back to where the main group is. There's a couple of bodies and a lot of withering vines as the spores in the area start to dissipate and fall to the ground.
Well, that was kind of wild.
Is everyone okay?
I'm still unsure if the zombies and the flower had any sort of relationship. Because if we took out the flower first and yet the zombies still kept attacking, that might imply that something else was responsible for the zombies.
I mean, I think it was more flowers. Like the same kind of
Are you guys
flowers
talking in
controlling
character, just out of curiosity?
I
Is this
am,
in
yeah.
character, Hikari?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think we saw that there were flowers like on their, is it lapel? Ish, yeah, on their lapel that looked the same. So I think they were all operating independently. But still, the flower was controlling them. Not like the main. It wasn't like a main flower, but
This whole forest seems rather vile.
very
Is this like a
interesting to say.
main? Is this like a main expected part of this area, or like
I
do
don't think people.
the townsfolk encounter this like on a daily basis?
I don't think they come here often. Certainly, if there are plants possessing their dead. Speaking of, Gwen's gonna poke at the big flower that was on the monolith.
It's in half on the ground. You cut it in half.
Yeah.
What is with you cutting plants
I'm
in
gonna,
half?
as a survivalist, I'd kind of like to inspect the material that the flower is made of. Those.
You can give me a survival or a nature check, but you will get
Sure.
completely different results from this check. Completely different results depending on what you roll.
Yeah, I will go the survival route. I'm mostly trying to figure out if how, if any way I could use it. 22.
Okay. You're pretty certain that this is called a yellow musk creeper. And the materials within it have some form of regenerative properties. that potentially could be activated if you could scrounge it like very, very well from the main plant. There does seem to be some source of this plant that could be repurposed into healing potions, but it would take a significant talented alchemist to pull something off, and you don't have that skill set. However, you could potentially have enough know-how of the plant to harvest it with that check.
Okay. I would like to harvest it.
All right. I would like you to give me a sleight of hand check, but I'm going to give you proficiency from your survivalist background.
Okay. Could I call upon my penguin totem for guidance?
Sure.
All right. Roll a d4. So I'll add a 3 to my roll here. I believe is my proficiency plus 2?
Should be near your armor class. There should be a box of your
Oh.
proficiency bonus. It's like next to speed, I believe, actually.
Oh, yes, it is plus 2. All right, so this will get. All right, I rolled a. That's 11.
That's enough. You can kind of get some of the materials. You can tell that throughout this combat, there was fire and necrotic energy surging through this, and then cutting it in half makes it so that you're not really going to get much more. So maybe your guess is you have like a little bit of, I'd say maybe about a handful of things you can kind of fit into a pouch just between the powders and different things you're able to scrape out. I don't really know a whole lot about these things besides like the vines and the flowers and the things that are useful that you would venture to gather would be useful for a potion. But as you look at it, despite looking like you have a sizable amount, you realize that all of this has to be boiled down and kind of expunged from this. So you're probably not going to get a whole lot of material out of the results from this. Maybe your guess is maybe you can get a healing potion out of it. Maybe one.
Okay,
Good enough.
I'll stuff it somewhere.
Okay. So you can write down healing potion musk.
Okay.
Yellow musk.
Does what?
Didn't Akai want to collect the seeds from the remains of the dwarf?
I would suggest to the group that how long have we been in the graveyard prior to that fight?
Probably about 20 minutes.
All right, we'll move forward soon.
We're not
Let
gonna.
me know if any of y'all need to rest.
Kim, if you were saying something, I missed it because you were muted. But if you wanted to
I
do
still
something,
wanted
here's
the
another chance.
seed.
You want to look
to
for
take the
seeds?
seeds, right?
You know that seed that was in the mind of the thing? Did we get that?
It was a root.
I thought you said there was a seed after something exploded.
No, a root. It's
Okay.
inside.
Does the pollen that was in the flowers look like what was in the air that I noticed?
I'm not going to make you roll. Yes, 100%. It's a mixture. It's odd. It's like that musk could be interpreted as spores or pollen or just dust. It's very fine and super hard to pin out. But now that all of it is kind of resting on the ground, it looks like the psychic energy that was pulsing through your companions and yourself, because I believe it attacked you as well.
Yep.
The energy from the plant was actually able to hold the spores aloft.
Does anything change about our experience in the graveyard now that they're down? That we're not like walking actively through them and breathing them like close to our face? Because I'm assuming they're on the ground now.
Yes. Give me a perception check to see if you can get more.
$21.
This place does not smell sweet. It smells like death. The musk creeper was hiding the scent of death and rot in this place.
So it's gone back to a more normal. What one would expect for? Okay, perfect.
I mean, of course, you're going to smell the smells of a forest mixed with a jungle, if you can even remotely imagine that. But of course, you're going to smell the smells of a graveyard and rotting bodies that have been dug up and essentially used as manure for the plant's life. And of course, anything and everything else that comes with a reopened, grave.
Okay.
Or 3.
Gwyn would like to provide the dwarves a proper burial.
Okay, only 2 of them have bodies or left, and one of them is
Okay.
crushed bones, and the other is vines that have bound the body together, and the other is kind of just bits and pieces missing.
Okay. I drag them over to the opened graves.
I imagine
Um,
also if you wanted to ask Bovum, his spell is about to expire. He could probably assist you with his large hand to help you kind of place the bones that he was holding in the hand.
Oh, excellent. That would be most gracious of you with your giant plant hand. Ovum.
I'm not going to get off of it, but it's going to move and help him.
Now, Bovum, your hand is made out of earth. So if you would like, you could actually have the hand essentially holding the body go into the grave and just kind of turn back into the ground. Like pleasantly burying one of the bodies relatively respectively despite the bones being crushed.
I'd do that.
So you just
And
watch as his hand kind of just glides in the area and then slowly goes to the ground and then flattens to make a fresh grave. And then
What
Bova
spell is
probably
this?
leans down and pats the grave as he walks off of the top of the grave. This is called Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. It's a wizard spell.
I'll whisper a short prayer for the lost dwarven souls.
I'm chilling. I'm very happy with how that fight went.
I'm not. We're hurt.
And I got socked in the nuts, so that's saying a lot.
I wouldn't know that feeling, but
Looking
Are
back.
you
also
wounded,
got
Hikari?
Twice.
do we still have any existing trauma damage? Are you still bleeding?
I mean, Kaya's got
I
blood
have
dried by her
I-
ears now, but yeah.
What?
I said Akaya and Mango, I believe, that got hit with the psychic wave are both bleeding from the ears, but they're like dried blood now.
I'm like in just a little bit of pain.
Everyone
call
gets
it
to
a
keep
day?
going, or
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
keep going.
I want to get out of here, kind of. Or at least find what we came for.
Did we?
no? I
Oh,
don't
we didn't
believe we
find what we
found.
came So here are the options. We can take a second, regather, and maybe not a second, like an hour, and then move forward. Try to find these ferns.
If that's what
So
you
at-
require, Magic Man.
I did use a lot of spells.
So game question. Are we allowed to go back, take a long rest, and then immediately come back here?
You just had a full night's rest, and this is the morning. So you would have to burn the rest of the day before you could take a long rest.
Short rest.
Would
Is
that
what
make a difference gameplay-wise?
Most
Yeah, you have to
people
walk
don't.
all the way back to town.
Oh.
You have to figure out how you're going to spend the rest of your day. I'm not saying no. but you can't go to bed right after waking up. It's not how this game works. It's not how life works, unfortunately. Unless your sleep schedule's fucked, Arrow.
Should we just all take a should we just take a short rest?
That's what I'm proposing.
Okay,
I
then
will
I
get
agree with
all my
that.
abilities back. Let's go.
I am sitting on, out of my 7 spell slots, I've used 5 of them.
Wait, you don't get any back on short rest, do you?
No, spellcasters normally don't.
Jesus.
It's
Let
okay.
me check what's before you.
I have enough spell slots to handle for us.
Oh no, that I don't get any back. But
Get none back.
if you all need a short rest,
But you can spend
Well,
your sorcery
hold on.
points instead to get spells back instead of using your sorcery shit.
Ooh, true.
yes, I read that. I was thinking about doing that for 1.
Just read the rules on there so you know how many you need to spend. All right, if you guys are taking a short rest,
Yeah.
then you can roll hit dice to gain some hit points back. If you like, just make sure you mark off the amount of hit dice. There's a new feature for it in the game. They made it a lot easier to do.
Where is that? hit
When you
sh-
click when you click short rest button, there's a way to automatically apply healing, and then you can click how many dice you want to roll, and then hit the roll button. And then after you roll, it'll add it, and then you can take a short rest button after that.
Do I hit all 4 boxes?
If you want to roll 4 hit dice, then yeah. A hit dice is a D10.
Rob,
Yes.
What's the benefit?
I used 2 sorcery points to get back to first level.
I think that's how that works. I'll double check that, but yeah. What was your question, Kim?
I don't know what to do. So if I mark all 4 and then it takes short
It'll
rest.
each one of the 4 represents a die that you want to roll. So decide how many dice you want to roll. You can roll one at a time if you like, but you don't have to spend them all because you only get half of them back on a short rest or on a long rest.
Do I hit take short rest and then roll something?
You have to roll the little thing that says how many D10 plus 2. You want to click that before you hit take short, and then it'll heal you.
I'm so lost.
All right, let's do this again. Okay, on Akaya's character sheet.
Okay.
Sorry to the stream. This is maybe going to break it, but over here, you click short rest.
Okay.
You have 25 hit points according to this, but I'll refresh this probably. See if get there. Yeah, so you're at 27. So you click short rest. You click 1, 2 dice, and then it'll change to 2d10 instead of 4, that. And then this number goes up too because of how many dice you're rolling. So you can figure out how many of the dice you want to spend.
All right.
Then click this button to roll them, and then click this button to take the short rest. And when you do that, it'll apply the healing to your character, and it'll just take the short rest for all the other stuff that reset.
Okay.
That's it.
I don't. When I was trying to do it, did it get it? Can you tell? Did I get it? I don't think it applied
I
them
think it did. Let me check.
because like when I was trying to clear it out to do take short rest, it just went away.
I think it did.
Because I'm
Because
looking
you're
at
at
the
full
game
health now.
log, and it shows everyone else that's using hit dice to heal, and then yours doesn't show up. So it
I
didn't
think
take.
it went. Now it says current, and it's 41. It was 27, so I
Okay, how many did you roll?
2. I got like 16 or
You?
17 or
Okay,
something.
sorry. Yeah, it says you rolled 3 hit dice
Oh.
plus 4. Oh no, it is 2d10. Yep.
Okay.
The last number is not a roll die; it's a plus 4. Yep. So you got 18 hit points back, and you're back at max.
Sweet.
And you also have your short rest things that reset on a short rest, a la your second wind resets.
Oh, nice.
Anyone else have any other questions? I should do it.
I think I healed, but then I refreshed the page, and then it went back to before it was healed.
Well, I mean, if the log says how much you healed with the hit dice, you just check to see how many hit dice. Yeah, it says you haven't spent any. So you didn't hit the...
I know I rolled 1, because I went back up. I rolled 8.
You have to hit the take a rest button.
Yeah.
To confirm it.
And then it'll go green, and then you have to click it again.
I swore I did. I definitely did.
Well, being a computer
Well,
programmer.
if it didn't take it, then you can just check to see if you have any features that reset on a short rest, which I don't think you do, and then just go and manually add the heal that you rolled
Okay.
already. That should solve it. And then you have to go to your short rest thing and make sure you mark off the hit dice.
Okay.
And just don't do how much you heal. Just hit take a short rest. So if you rolled 2 hit dice, then mark off 2, hit take a short rest, confirm it, and then we'll move forward. Just don't
Okay.
re-roll your hit points. Just add what you rolled before.
We're ready to go.
Let's go.
Anything else?
All right.
Okay. As you rest, the flashing slight lights of the lightning bugs start dissipating as the morning quickly becomes the afternoon. You guys are able to approach noon as you're here, somewhere between 10 and noon. You're not quite sure on the time, but somewhere around there. The light doesn't change, and the crackling firelight of the torch goes out over the course of the break. I believe they only last for an hour, from memory. But if that is different, then you can check the torches in your character sheet, Mango. The light from the fireflies continues to, on and off, on and off. They kind of fly around, and the kind of heat wave thing, whatever that is, doesn't seem to be in your area anymore. And in addition, the fireflies start to, over the course of the hour, actually start to move and leave the edges of where you are and the edges of anything in the kind of what you would anticipate to be the kind of like barrier, like the short barrier walls to enter the graveyard. There's none outside of the walls. They kind of start moving more central. And some of the firefly lights just go out entirely. There seems to be less of them.
So, which direction should we head? If we can figure any direction in this darkness.
Can we figure the direction from where we came in from?
You have footprints.
Okay. We can keep going down the path.
I like that idea. Keep going towards the center.
Logan will walk ahead.
Bold of you.
Yeah.
All right.
Do I see anything ahead with the dark vision?
Or perception.
22?
Not where you're at until you start journeying. No, there's nothing here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Rather, out of the unordinary. Would you guys like to press onward?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Pushing onward. You guys walk. And walk. Walk. The environment doesn't really seem to shift. It's almost like a looping temporal time space of just graves after graves. Graves. Walking for probably the better part of 20 minutes, a couple of kilometers. And then, the edge of your dark vision, you start to see some larger shape kind of manifesting in the center of the grave site, but it's hard to see beyond the silhouettes of 60 feet.
What
if
do
you
I
guys would-
interpret from them? Like, do I interpret them to be people, or is it just like a formless blob?
The formless blob, because you have dark vision that only goes out to 60 feet, so you're going to actually need to get really close to things to actually see them. And with dark vision, it only lets you see things in black and white.
Who sees it besides me?
I believe Akaya has it. And
I also have it.
yeah. Man. Bovum and I don't know if Bovum has dark vision.
I checked. He doesn't.
Okay. So yeah,
Which was
Minotaur
odd to me.
and Mango does not. Are you
Quinn, do
relighting
you
the torch,
notice
Mango?
that?
Yeah, I'll
Are you
relight
relighting
them.
the torch?
Yeah, I'll mark them off.
Okay. Are you guys going to try to get closer as you start seeing like just this large kind of almost structure looking thing in the distance, but it's kind of difficult to make out what it might be? Okay.
Is there
I would like
anything?
everyone.
Anything?
What's that?
Can we hear anything?
Ooh, good question. Make a perception check.
My computer's taking a second, but I believe it's 20.
20? Okay.
There we go. Yeah, dirty 20.
Yeah, I'll give you something. By the time you get here, you pick out two things. One visual, one auditory. It sounds like slightly crackling lightning in the area. Just like power, almost pure power, just kind of like. Doesn't really seem sourceless, but kind of like almost as if there's like static kind of in the area. It's almost like a feel of sound. It's very slight, and it doesn't seem to hurt or zap anything, right? It's just kind of like that sound pulsating static. And the last is the visual part. Fireflies are gone. You can't quite figure out when they stopped kind of flashing. It's just kind of like a slow fade until there's just none of them. The only thing you have is the firelight and the torch. And as you approach, I would like everyone to roll a perception check, as you can see the monolith. Or rather,
How far are we?
the large kind of structure thing. You would be about 60 feet here.
11.
5.
16.
Ovum's really feeling himself today. I can tell you all that.
It's like a personal problem. Mango, what'd you get?
22.
22. What did you get? Arrow for both of them?
21.
22 and a 21. That's what you need.
Oh, jeez.
What you can kind of see is probably your best guess as what may have once been a kind of, how would I say this? Like, it's kind of like that line of pillars, like that just kind of holds like a parliament or maybe like something from ancient Greece. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like this very clear box structured thing with like a roof. But the roof is only on the entranceway and the exit point, like the two sides of this mostly square, slightly rectangular building with just rows and rows and rows of column pillars with incredible artwork and architecture. That's something that everyone gets for free. What the 20 gets is you notice that in the center of this, just at the very edges of the firelight or of your dark vision, but in this case, it's the firelight for the two that can actually see it. There is a massive trunk of something in the center beyond the pillars that extends out. And there are 3 monumental sized flowers with different sizes and shapes kind of coming out of the roof, one going on to the left and one to the right, inside of this large grave memorial in the center of the graveyard.
North Fox, man.
Can't hear you, Fragan.
I think we might have found our Fronds.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Our Fronds
What,
seem to be in the center of this thing. Not friends.
One of them
sorry,
is
answer me.
a rounded red 3 petals with 2 more petals that kind of just open out from the inside up, almost like bunny ears, and then a small tri-flower on the center with 3 very, very long, almost barbed looking coils that look like razor wire that kind of come out from one of the plants on the red side. This one is very low hanging and motionless. Another is an orange one that looks like an explosion of orange fire in the shape of the petals. Beautiful. And then about 5 different pistils or stamen. I can't never remember the difference between the two. I'm going to say stamen for the lack of a better phrase. Hopefully I have it right. But the kind of pieces that hold in the center, like an orchid would, there's actually 4 or 5 of them, and they look like trumpets. Gorgeous, gorgeous flower. And there's also, similar to the yellow musk, there is some larger, like almost pollen puffs, like large pollen pieces that are just kind of floating in the space around the trumpets. Not motionless, just kind of undulating slightly, almost as if there's a slight breeze when there is none. And the last is the flower that is, or sorry, that was at the top, and the last is the flower that's also lowest to the ground. A 5 or 6 petal basic flower, almost like a perennial, but the petals are very large and they're very veiny. They have some sort of like brown veins or electric pattern on them that kind of extend through the petals. Just gorgeous looking plant. And the center pieces that kind of come out is just another version of a smaller, thinner petals, but they're like curled and cupped slightly and long, almost like a slide. And each of these has some yellowish green muck dripping off of it.
Do we all see that, or only the people that rolled 20s?
You guys that are 20 can notice this, but they're also, you guys are moving closer to it. So I'm guessing you're going to be within like 30 feet soon enough so you guys can all see the colors of this, because if you didn't have the firelight, you cannot see the colors of them. And then you can see that all of these are these very long, super thick trunks coming out of the main trunk that is what looks to be, for lack of a better phrase, like a pineapple. They have these large panels that are just like a cross between a pineapple and bark. They look like almost scaled plates lining the whole thing that looks like armor. And then a bunch of, what you would see at the base of a flower, just kind of those folded over long flowering leaves that are just half dead, half alive, that have been buds that have opened. And at the base of the top of this, there's just a big mess of more flowering pollen fronds that have like a little pollen piece at the top.
I run towards it.
Are these plants like on top of this structure that we have to climb to get up to?
What's that?
Are these flowers all like on top of this structure that we must climb to get up to?
They're inside.
They're inside. So it's a building. It's a building.
It's a very large building, yeah.
Why would plants be inside of a building?
Wait.
I run
Before
to
we-
it.
Planted by someone, or do they just like creep in?
Before we jump in, I don't want to get too tangled up here.
This could be a trap.
Bovin.
I
I'm
am
not
running.
saving you.
Can
you
I
still going?
activate the? I want to activate detect evil and good
Oh,
before
I'm moving
entering
towards the
this.
entrance. I'm gonna stop. I'll stop right at the entrance, but I'm as I see the Fronds, I'm gonna. That's
Yeah,
what
you
we
gotta
got.
be about 30 feet away. You're pretty much like on all places of this rectangular / triangle building. You have to be about 30 feet to be outside. And then inside is where you can start seeing it. You're kind of like peering through with your torchlight. And he casts detect good and evil.
Yes.
You get a overwhelming aura around the area of just general undeath. But inside, you get nothing.
So I actually said undeath as like in contrast to like just corpses. Okay.
Well, you don't know the specifics. You just know the type and the position.
I feel an overwhelming amount. Can I identify individuals or no?
I would say, for the sake of this, you can feel like you are having a hard time. Hang on, let me just read this really quickly because I'm not sure how this interacts with that spell.
As well as where the creature is located. So that suggests I could detect if there are multiple instances, I believe.
Hmm. I'm gonna say you get one. Actually, I need to reread your spell one more time. I'm not sure how this interacts with the others thing that's going on. Within 30 feet of you. Yeah. Okay. I'll say you only get one specific ping, and it's like at the very edge of the 30 feet for a brief moment, as if it's walking away from you, type of a feel. And it kind of, you feel it for that brief moment, and it leaves, and then you also feel another one that's also leaving that is on the opposite end of the structure that also seems to be leaving, but you can't see anything.
Could
You
it
only
potentially
feel it
be
with
the
the spell.
same instance, like coming in and out of the detection circle? Could it have been the same individual? Or would have been too far away from me for that to have been possibly the same individual?
Hmm?
No. Can I tell if the monolith has been magically consecrated or desecrated?
The what have been consecrated?
Can I tell if this area has magically consecrated or desecrated?
Oh, the building.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd say the building itself probably has elements of certain areas that may have at one point in time been consecrated, but has now been faded.
So not desecrated.
Correct.
Okay.
Can I cast Mage Hand?
Yeah.
I wanna put it into the room, and I wanna see if moving those pollen puffs that are hanging in the air do anything. Just kind of like bat one aside. Also, if I misinterpreted it wrong, because I basically judged it as everything inside is within 30 feet.
I'm gonna allow it just for the sake of this.
Okay.
So to be clear, you're doing the pollen puffs in front of the orange flower. Is that correct?
The one with the trumpets.
Not the ones on the center.
Whatever the one.
So there's the floating ones, and then there's the pollen like holsters, kind of like the little stems on the base. So if I'm describing this to you, you have the big trunk that looks like a pineapple, goes very high. Then you've got a bunch more of these little fingery looking pollen things. And then you have the three separate flowers. Yellow with the green.
Yeah.
Like looking sticky shit. And then you got the other one that's got like the razor wire stamen that's red. And then you've also got the orange one that looks like a shock of fire with the trumpets and then the pollen puffs floating around it.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted.
You want to poke the pollen puffs specifically?
I wanted to just see if moving one, outside of the whatever they were undulating does anything with a mage hand.
Does your mage hand? You know what? I need to answer this by myself because I feel like I don't want to give away anything.
I can read it out for you.
That's all good. I can read faster than people can talk, usually.
Bet. Just kidding.
Spells.
45, 45, 45 hit. Gonna get 50. Gonna get 50. Gonna get.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It kind of like pokes the pollen, and I'd say that one of the larger puffs just kind of goes and breaks, but it doesn't break like a big. It doesn't do that. It is more of like when you poke it, it kind of like warbles like a water orb, and then splits into two smaller ones, and they also float.
Warble.
Almost like a cell.
Are there other plants in here besides this big one?
Make a perception check.
17.
Yes. They're all rotted.
Oh, wonderful.
Mango, do you believe that these are the fronds that we need to harvest?
I think so. But I want to check and see if any of them are extremely dangerous to us. So...
Akaya, give me an insight check.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? She insight checking me?
No.
Okay, good. Never mind.
16.
Kaya, you remember back to your conversation with Xanrin.
Which
You made
one?
it sound like this is going to be dangerous to get the things that he requested, and that's why you're on this journey.
Yeah.
And even though he sent you on a dangerous area and a dangerous trip, it didn't make it sound like you were heading into a place that's beyond your pay grade. You made it sound like it was attainable. This is much larger than maybe Xanrin was describing to you by about tenfold.
Yeah, this seems a little excessive.
Does that apply for all of us or only internally
Akaya.
to? Okay.
Really? So I'm feeling a little bit like use and abuse here. I am still looking for my brother.
I will say that with that insight, you're not sure if this is a oversight by Xanrin on purpose, or if this is just like he hasn't been here and doesn't know the specifics of the area.
I'm kind of leaning towards he doesn't know. He did seem kind of flouncy and like I don't know, a little exuberant. And this seemed very serious.
But that's what you get with a 16.
Okay. Thank you.
Mango, for the
Yeah.
sake of our safety, do you think it's possible to use your mage hand to cut off and harvest those fronds while we stay out here?
I mean, it can't hold a lot, but, I mean...
Don't worry, guys. I'll go in and do it.
I urge caution. We've been... I'd rather not have to pull you out from another man or minotaur devouring plant.
Oh!
Friendly.
Oh!
Do I
don't
still pick up anything from Detect Evil and Good? Like, has anything changed with it?
I'm going to say, without really telling you too much, the spell continues. You can still detect the undeath. It feels like there are more of those individual pings that kind of come into your consciousness, but they kind of come into range, get a little close to you. You maybe like interact with maybe looking towards them, and then they kind of just you can't see anything even when you're observing this with your dark vision, and they're within 30 feet, which means you should have been able to see right within the dark, the ability and the spell. Your eyes kind of flash that brilliant blue. They kind of just come and go. It's very much like this wave of energy feeling rather than anything. And the crackling sounds don't dissipate. You can just keep hearing the crackling sounds throughout the area.
So if there was someone to be seen, I should have seen them, but I'm not seeing anyone.
You're not seeing anything. You're just getting this little like wave of something coming in and out. And as you look at it, it's almost like as soon as you look at it, it just leaves. Even though you're not looking at anything, just turning in the direction of what you're feeling seems to just move away.
I'll start walking towards it.
I feel like the 3 zombies that we've encountered might not have been isolated incidents.
Well, Bovum's gonna walk towards it. I'm gonna actually summon fiends.
Can I check for any traps at the entrance of the building?
Hang on, let's resolve what Mango's trying to do here.
Okay, can you give me, because you could probably find it faster than I can, like flock of familiars. I want 3 that are electricity based, and whatever challenge rating I can summon them for. You know what I mean, for flavor.
Don't you need materials to summon familiars?
Potentially like floating, flying. And if we do that, I can describe how I do it if you want.
Same rules as the Find Familiar spell, conjured. So these are just animals.
Yeah, but I thought they could be fae, fiends, or celestials because they could be
Yes,
the same creature.
in flavor, that's where you're summoning them from, but they're essentially spirited from those places.
Yeah.
And take the form of animals.
Oh.
So if you go to extras, manage extras, add an extra, choose a category, go to familiar.
Yeah.
And type like challenge rating CR 0 to like CR 1/2.
Gotcha.
And
because I was gonna be like Demigorgon mod check, and so.
What? Which of those 3 types would you like?
Preferably, I think. Well, Archfey, so probably Fey based.
Okay.
I don't think I can filter by what they are.
You might need to go to like the player's handbook.
Okay.
And go to the back appendix. Creature stats, appendice D.
Bro, you're too fast for me.
Hang on. Or you can just look up the Find Familiar spell. That might help you more.
Yeah, okay.
Stand by, chat. I'll try to resolve this. This is only going to take a minute, which is probably going to take Bovum the full minute to get in there, because this place is pretty big. Bovum, which of the things would you like to go closer to? The base or one of the 3 flowers?
The base.
Okay. You can choose a Find Familiar spirit that takes the animal of you choose. Bat, crab, frog, cat, hawk, toad, lizard, octopus. You want a hawk?
I want
bunch of hawks?
a bunch of hawks, and if they can possibly crackle with like electricity,
sure,
a little bit, like for flavor, that'd be awesome.
Of course.
Yeah. And so as I'm drawing this, like the ritual, because it's a ritualistic casting, as I'm drawing it, like you'll see on the ground, if you're around, not in the building, walking towards the base of an extremely dangerous plant, you'll see like electricity start to crackle around until it's all formed, and then it like pulls them up.
I pick it up with the detect evil good, I presume.
Yeah, you have however many that you can cast in the Flock of Familiar spells.
Got a flock
3?
and flock. I think so, yeah.
Why are
3
you
instances on my radar.
Why are you over carrying capacity?
I have no clue. Yeah, 3 familiars.
Oh, it's because your strength score. Yeah, your speed's half, mate.
Balls.
You can only carry 105 pounds, and you have 130 in your bag.
What is he carrying that's so heavy?
Take my shit, please.
Well, if you think you're gonna fight something, the flavor of this would be that you would have to drop your bag before combat starts and pick it up as a free action every turn. or every combat.
I basically assume that I'm like Quasimodo, just like half speed, hobbling behind them.
Manga? What is in your bag that's so large?
I
It's
mean,
that
I
he's
got
so
like
frail more than anything. All right, let
I got a few
me
hammers and
figure
stuff.
this out real quick. I need to figure out what's going on with this spell. I've never run this spell in any of my games that I've ever played.
First of all, you're welcome, because this is about to get real exciting.
Summon 3 familiars. Okay, so essentially, find familiar. Familiars cannot attack.
Correct. Well, they can
They
relay
can
spells
deliver
through touch.
melee touch spells.
Yep. Excellent.
And if they do, they use your reaction.
Okay. Can
to
I
do so.
trigger all 3 of them, or just one?
Familiars summoned by the spell can telepathically communicate with you and share the visual auditory senses if they're within 1 mile. When you cast and have a spell with range of touch, one of the familiars by the spell can deliver the spell as normal, which means using your reaction. So you have to have the Find Familiar spell up as well. However, you can cast a touch spell through only 1 per turn.
Well, you only get 1 reaction per turn.
Yeah.
That's right.
That works for me.
So they're reinforcing that thing here. Welcome home, Carrie.
Well,
the other thing you can do is they can follow commands, I believe.
Yep.
And they can provide, I think, the help action.
Yeah.
So you look under the Find Familiar spell, you can see that they can provide the help action. So you can pretty much just station 2 of the hawks on your party members and give the permanent help action to them.
Yeah.
Or float around somebody. But we'll get to what you're doing with the familiars in a second. Bovum is wanting to go to the base.
Sounds good.
Did Bovum already enter the building?
Yep.
Yes.
He just walked right in.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi.
As you've entered the building, you notice that the second you kind of cross the threshold, the 3 flowers just slowly have their faces turn. And you hear the shaking of leaves just.
Hey guys, they're moving.
And all 3 of them kind of do what a best way of saying this is if you've ever watched the Harry Potter movie, when the Cerberus heads kind of just come down. 1, 2, 3.
Well, Bobum's dead. We should probably go.
Bovum, I stay outside
Hey,
the
Rob.
building door.
What do you do when they do this, when you cross the threshold, Bovum?
I look up at him, and I begin to roll 4d6, right?
Jesus.
46. Are you doing a thunder wave or something?
It was a joke.
He's rerolling
Guys
his
are
character.
paralyzed. They
Oh,
might
it's
be able
rerolling his
to
character,
move.
yeah.
I'll continue moving forward, kind of cautiously investigating around.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna let the other party members have a chance to react to what you're doing before we resolve.
Owen is not scared right now.
Someone back. Oh my god.
He's not very smart, but he's not scared in this situation.
I
look left, I look right. I have my equipped weapon to be the 1 bow with 1 arrow primed. Do I notice any individuals in our area?
Same situation, but you are all able to watch as the Fronds kind of manifest and turn towards Bovum when he enters and lower to meet him.
I watch Bovum. I stand outside the building. I still have the Detect Evil Good raised up. I have 1 arrow ready to go.
If I send my 3 of my familiars in to fly close to the entrance but inside the building, do the Fronds pick up on that, or does the plant pick up on that?
Did you already do it, or are you going, like, you won't know until you do it?
Yeah, I want to send them in. But I want them to just
I will say
drift.
that at least one of the fronds, if not two of them, are going to start tracking them. You notice that they do a very slow movement of
Yeah.
almost like they're somehow able to sense them. Very odd, but it does seem to be able to sense what's inside of the building very easily.
Okay. I essentially want to have them just lazily either fly or, because the roof isn't complete, hang out on the top, just like looking super inconspicuous. And then with my mage hand, what I wanted to do was to see if I could give one of those fronds a little tug and pull it out. And if it could drop it, because it can't technically hold it, if one of my hawks can pick it up and just kind of...
You mean one of the petals?
Well, whatever we need to collect. If it looks like it's...
The Triflower frond is the name of the plant. Sorry.
Oh, got you. Yes, whatever we need to collect from it, pull it, like tug it off. If possible, just drop it and
We'll
have...
that in a second then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep. Buena, Kaya?
Both of them. Because I think Mango's got this covered. Is there anything I can do in that respect?
What are you trying to do?
I want to stop both of them from running into the plants again.
Well, you're going to have to go inside of the building and pull his ass out if that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at her as she comes in. We have to get them. Why are you trying to stop?
I don't want him to do it.
This is literally. This is what we came for.
But like,
Can I
activate
activate?
straight out?
Can I activate the hunter sense on the flowers?
You have to hit them for hunter sense. I think, don't you?
No, it says as an action. I just look at it.
Okay, hang on. Let's let everyone else have a chance of doing something here.
Kim, what did you say?
Kim, are you trying to actually still pull him anyway?
What? That would damage me.
Want to strike him? I love it.
You might be under hypnosis. Like, this hasn't the first time that you've been hypnotized by a flower.
That is technically true.
Is there any? I don't have any powers of. Can I like persuade him? Do I have like powers of persuasion?
No, you got to use your language here. You got to actually convince him.
We are having a conversation in game.
Just talk to him.
You have to talk back.
Don't you remember what happened last time we went straight up to the plant? Let's let Mango try to grab
Last time I was charmed.
Huh?
I'm not this time. I'm not charmed this time. So I'm gonna keep. We came to get these fronds.
Can we let Mango try first?
Mango, we're all gonna try. What do you mean?
I'll go in with you after his mage hand tries to pull it out and we see what happens.
I mean, I'm getting over there. The mage hand probably can't carry one of those.
All right.
That's what we
As
rocked
an
for.
aside, I say to Kaya, he doesn't seem possessed. Just stupid.
Just stupid.
I mean,
okay, Gwen, anything special from you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be standing in the entrance. I'm not really going inside the building. I'd like to take a moment to inspect the stone and see how sturdy the building looks.
Give me a stone tools masonry check. Use your intelligence here.
Okay.
I do believe you have some sort of bullshit as a dwarf.
I do have some dwarf bullshit. It's whenever you make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you add double your proficiency.
We'll allow it. That's fine.
Okay. That is a nat 20 plus 24 total.
Move and save. Maybe.
What?
There are hundreds of names on this structure throughout the pillars, the inside, markings. And while you don't see any bodies, something that you notice about the structure is a bit unsettling. Despite what Rosanrin told you, these plants should never be here. These plants are only coming from here we go. I've got it. Because you can't really read intent of how many of like the names of these people, of course, right? You would recognize maybe a couple of the names over the course of history that have been buried here. And you would recognize that some of them are not, frankly, very good people. And these type of plants only grow from areas that have been filled with malice. As the familiars fly, and Bovum and Akaya have this argument, Hikari starts picking up some more. Another one that starts meandering into her ability to track things. Only this time there are two, and they don't leave, despite her looking at them. Then they pick up speed, and they race towards two targets. Not Hikari, but other companions. Hikari, you have one chance to say something before this something else happens. What would you like to do as they start rushing through your senses?
Can I tell which direction they're running to?
Yes. They are running at Akaya and Bovum.
We have attackers.
You can't hear or see anything. All you sense is this just speed. Just you can hear the wind as they are passing, and that's it. Crackling starts to pick up even more.
Hostiles are approaching.
Say something!
I'll say that you try to maybe pull off a piece of the red frond, purple. Sorry, you need to tell me which one of the fronds you would like to grab, Mango. Red, yellow, or orange?
Red. The barbed one.
Cool. That was the one I was going to start with anyways. The red one, you grab a piece and rip a very small chunks out of the petals, and immediately it turns, and the 3 lashes of barbed wire reach out and attack a familiar. The yellow comes down and floats very slowly over top and turns to drip over the top of Gwyn as he's studying the names and about to give this information to the targets. And as Hikari says, hostiles approaching, 2 orbs of light crackling with undeath and lightning appear. And that's what we're going to pick up next week.
Oh my god!
I better get initiative on attacking.
What is going to happen, Hikari, is there's going to be a surprise round, but you can act with them.
Nice.
Because you were ready.
Wasn't.
Would her warning prepare us for that
I'm
surprise
going to
round?
say that the act of the warning is not going to protect you from the 2 orbs of light, but that will not give the Fronds advantage on any of their attacks, except for the familiars. If that makes sense. Now, as we finish this week, did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So much
I
fun.
better be able to start sniping them as they're approaching.
You guys want to see this thing?
Very tantalizing.
See what?
You want to see the thing?
Scared, man.
The
Sure.
flowers or what we're about to fight?
I like seeing things.
It looks like that.
Wait. Oh, the flowers.
Oh, cool.
It looks like this.
But there's 3 individual. So it's one stalk. It's one trunk with 3 flowers.
Mhm.
I thought it's 3 flowers. Or like 2 independent.
What you see is what I tried to describe to you. If you had any better headspace and you think it looks creepier or scarier, then go with that. Because this stat block is very, 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 very simple. It's kind of intriguing. And I just took it. I was like, this seems very cool. Let's make it a super version. And that's what I did.
Jesus. Hey, that's the one
And
I copied.
then I can
Man,
stop
Excellent.
streaming that. I can show you what the other thing is that you're about to see. Looks a little bit simple, but looks like this.
This music is inappropriate.
Y'all about to die. Dun, 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 dun,
Those are
dun.
things that were appearing after from Hikari's undeath feeling. Those.
Yeah, I'm death.
The undeath.
I'm death.
The Bovum death. Beat.
I'm death.
Wait, is
Lightning
this
beat
the
from
energy attack or is this the actual being?
What's that?
Is this an actual being or is this the attack that is being launched?
Those are the creatures.
Magnifier.
Little light orbs filled with lightning. That is session, ladies and gentlemen.
Love
Check
it.
chat.
All right.
Love how we're having a flower biology class in the chat of D&D stream. Zadka, what's up, girl? I haven't seen you forever. It does if you believe in yourself hard enough.
I don't. I'm sorry.
The pistil is the female part, and the sap collects the pollen to be fertilized. The stamen is the male part. So yeah, it would be the stamen. The pistils would be the female parts on the orange piece, and then the pollen and the other the stamen would be at the base. So you know how that little image that I showed you had like the little pollen pieces in the center? Those would be the stamen, and then the what was the other thing you said?
The orange has the pistils, the yellow has the stamen, and I guess the red has attack.
The red and the yellow have neither. The stamen are in the base.
Okay,
above.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
How unethical is it to look these up as you're describing them?
You cannot look up this creature. You crazy? That ruins the whole immersion of enjoying of the game.
I mean, if you wanted to metagame it. But then
I mean, if you want to metagame it, I'll just target you the whole game, and it won't be fun for anyone.
Watch out, it's
Oh,
about to...
Those 4d6 were rolled, by the way.
All right. Well, I would like okay, so Hikari, you need to make a note for next week that you have about, well, you can have combat to have your sense up for that ability. So you are concentrating on that, which means if you get hit, you have to make a concentration check. And the same goes for Mango, who is currently concentrating on Flock of Familiars. And I would like you to make a note somewhere that you've got that up at the beginning of next combat. And
What's the
then,
Circling above him.
Okay.
and that is going to call it for the stream, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, chat. This has been PoGo Does D&D with Not Rob. Hikari, played by Before Dawn. Bovum, played by Arrow. Mango, Silk Thread, played by Wagon. Akaya, played by For the Battles. And, of course, PV Pokes, Matt, playing the wonderful Gwen.
Penguin gods.
And me
man.
with all of my little plans. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm just kidding. I'll see you guys tonight, my time, but tomorrow for a lot of you, for a bright and early, cold winter day of combat again for my Icewind Dale group as they try to escape and or defeat the enemies of Zardarok Sunblight's fortress.
Or die.
See you guys. Bye.
Hey.